Obviously disappointed, with the result, giving up a late goal. I thought the first 20, 25 minutes, I thought we were good. I thought we stretched them and we created some chances, got our goal as well. After that, I think we let them into the game a little bit. I think our play was a little bit too slow. Movement of the ball was a little bit too slow. Seemed like they were obviously pressing and were more ambitious in terms of winning, like 50-50 balls than we were. And that certainly turned the tide of the game. In the second half, we really didn't turn that around as much as we should have. Maybe a little bit. Tuesday still in our legs a little bit, but as a whole, we could have walked away tonight winning 1-0, even though it wasn't a good performance. But the good news is, the group's here now, the team's here, so it gives us a chance to start working together and getting our cohesion down. We're still, throwing out different people at different times, and so it makes it hard to get that cohesion yet.
What happened on that late equalizer? Did you see?
It's just, Wallace was a wide player and he made a run inside, so he goes unmarked. A little bit, he's coming from DeAndre's side. When you're in the box there, you maybe got to follow. You got to follow because it's a dangerous time to pass players on because other people already have marks and already have responsibilities. But we didn't get pressure on Baptiste to play the ball in, and then Wallace runs through naked.
So otherwise, a very good week. How much of a bad taste is the end here? Did you look at the whole week, or did you just look at this game as a frustrating result?
We just, a lot of times you only look at your last game, but obviously we're disappointed because we had the game 1-0. There's only 3 minutes plus the extra time, so there's 7 minutes to go. We got to manage the game through to the end of the game, and a lot of times we brought pressure on ourselves in the last 15 minutes of the game by, instead of going forward with the ball, we'd come backward with the ball when we could have put more pressure on them. They were tight defensively, which we knew they would be, and we knew there would be space behind, but we kept trying to play to feet, and a couple of times we looked like we were getting behind. We were almost there, but there was a lot of physical play there as well.
What did you see in Martin's 20 minutes?
It's difficult for him, having just flown in and so forth. We wanted to give him the opportunity. He wanted the opportunity as well because, like I said, his mind, his spirit, his soul is here. And he wants us to succeed and be successful. So we didn't want to play him too many minutes. Obviously laid a great ball across that Eddie's almost on the end of, but he hasn't trained with the team, doesn't know the team per se. So, he'll get better, and, and I think the things that he can do, his quickness and things like that will show through.
Did you see glimpses of what kind of a full strength kind of attack could be?
No, not at this stage.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how you set up the team today at the onset? It looked like Steve was getting a lot of the action at the beginning. Was that intentional, or is that just how the game naturally flowed?
We wanted to force them out on their right side, which would force them into Steve as well. So that's why the ball was a little more there. And I thought the first 20 minutes we did a good job of that, and we forced the ball over to that side. And and then Steve had opportunities to run at Szymanski. And we also created some turnovers by the ball coming out there. But then after that, we lost the plot a little bit.
You mentioned, it's been difficult getting your whole team together, but this week isn't going to do you any favors, right? You're losing some for international play. Yeah,
we lose a few. Mario leaves to go play for Honduras. Eddie leaves to play for the U.S. Brad's on standby with his injury. He's coming along, but we'll see. And Oba leaves to play for Nigeria.
Is that frustrating to lose those guys, or is that just you?
It's frustrating. It just delays it another week because we can't train together, and we need some time, right now to train together. But hopefully, once we get all them back, we can implement that. But we still have the rest of the guys here, so we can get that nucleus to play and the cohesion within that group a little bit better right now.
Coach, in the second half, Portland was able to get their possession and their passing numbers back to where they normally are. Were there any changes that you made at halftime, or is that just how the game went?
So how the game went, I think our wide midfielders, were too wide in the second half, and as a result of that, that gave Portland the room inside and outnumbered our two central midfielders. We knew that was the case, but we knew we could shut that down, and we did at the beginning of the game. But like I said, we forgot to go back to that, and then they started connecting passes, and as I said, the 50-50 balls went their way because they were a little better in terms of trying to win those balls back, But our team had a tough game on Tuesday, an emotional game. It came back. I thought we started well. We haven't started games well, this season. So I thought this was our best start to a game, and we got the lead. And normally we make that stand up. So now, there's something that went right. You got to build on what went right, and eliminate what went wrong.
In the whole game, we got around 5 yellow cards. What would you say about that?
We had 5 yellow cards. No comment on the refereeing, but I don't know I don't know. No comment.
Garber apparently said today that he's going to try and create some scheduling space for you guys for the next CONCACAF round. Have you heard from the league yet, and would you like to see that arranged?
I think there's something being worked on, but I don't know if it's going to happen, so I can't really answer that right now.
Does this result seem more that it's Wallace for the second time in 3 games that's had a big late goal?
It doesn't matter who it is. It's they've had a late goal, so we don't need them to have late goals, and we've got to finish out games better.
Can you talk a little bit about Ozzy's performance in the middle?
Ozzy, I thought defensively was very good and recovered a lot of balls and did some things for us. But offensively, I think his game's got to get a little bit sharper, for us as well. I think sometimes there's some extra touches, but I'll never fault Ozzy for his effort and for his ability to win the ball back. And if he does lose the ball, he's the first guy in there fighting and battling to try and get it back. But, part of our game starts there, in the middle of midfield. And today, the movement of the ball in the middle of midfield wasn't quick enough.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks.
Me preguntaron si podría hacer un anuncio y pensé que era porque yo juego para los Seattle Sounders. No puedo, porque mi inglés no es muy bueno. That's true. Entonces me dijeron que el anuncio era de padres, niños y familias. Eso es muy importante para mí y le dije que yo hago lo que puedo hacer. No importa cuál idioma tú hablas, hay un idioma universal que nuestros niños comprenden y necesitan. Y es el amor y el cariño de los padres. Be a good parent and stay involved in your child's life.